Hey guys, we're back. I want to do a quick video. Sorry about my lighting. It kind of sucks outside today. So I've kind of been going through my fish bin. This is just my one at home, of course. At work, when you're taking care of 200 tanks, you might need a little bit more. But we're just going to go through what I have extras at home for taking care of 7 tanks. So we have gravel right here, some extra sand, a whole box of extra plants, extra rocks, little decorations, a backup heater, always good to have. Of course, my Halloween decoration for when they get switched out. And then we have my big ship here. We have an extra little hide here. Of course, my siphon, my syringes with the dull tip needles, so good to have when measuring out small amounts, especially with stuff like Riddick Plus, water clarifier, or the ammonia remover, or even the algae control, because it goes by drops, so much easier to do with milliliters. These products I don't necessarily use. These two, I don't like the Jungle brand. But when your work is closed and you have an emergency, you do what you have to. So we just have some IC clear tabs and complete water care kit. That night I had run out of my chemicals, and this is where we get to this too. My favorite brands are the Aqueon. It's not necessarily my fave, but it happens to be a little bit cheaper than some others. This one is the Easy Balance. I do use the Easy Balance, Tetra Easy Balance. I absolutely love it, especially for a fish that's not doing so well. It does absolute wonders. I go through about 2 bottles of this every 2 weeks. Again, these are the AquaSafe water conditioner. I don't necessarily use that brand. I like to use the Safe Start, or my favorite is Prime. But again, those were just one of those emergency things. This right here is a mixture of aquarium salt and water. I know exactly how much the pipette on the inside can draw with one pump. I like to dilute my aquarium salt. For my pea puffer tank, we just have some extra filter cartridges. Again, it's a top fin. Another chemical is my Aqueon aquarium plant food, because I do love my planted tanks, as everyone knows. This right here is actually aquarium salt. I don't like keeping it in little bags because you can never get them closed again. This is just seal top, and then you've got your little spoon, and I know about how much it takes for each line on the inside of the spoon there. And this was just found at a craft store. Super easy to have around. Again, right here we've got an extra air stone. I've got about 6 of those. This is a drawback tube calculator. This goes into frequently used bottles, specifically for medications, but I use it for my tank medications. And it's so much easier to use when you have the plastic tip instead of the lure lock syringes. So syringes like this, you place this in your bottle of chemicals, and then you simply stab it in and draw the chemicals back. Super easy to do. These are lure lock with my dull needles for when I measure out chemicals, so you can see the difference in the tips there. That one and that one. I have a baggie here of just some extra syringes for measuring out chemicals. I've got an extra mercury thermometer. I prefer mercury thermometers. I know people these days like digital. I do have one digital one. I don't prefer it though. Sometimes it's off, as funny as that sounds. I have a bubble baser. Just a little bit of extra tubing here I like to keep. Some dividers for my hospital tanks when I divide up fish, and then, you know, my regular feed bucket. And I'll make another video where I go through and kind of show you guys what foods I feed my fish, and what personal mixtures I like to use. when it comes to fry, and then of course my frogs. I'm also going to be doing an African clawed frog video. I had a customer come in who PetSmart or some other pet store company had sold her an African clawed frog, and they did not tell her really any care instructions. She thought it was going to stay small like an African dwarf frog, and they do not. In fact, my female was about as big as my hand. So we're just going to kind of go through a care video on what they eat, their habitat, what they prefer, good things to have around in the tank, water treatment chemicals, because frogs are a little bit different than, of course, fish. So we'll be going through that again on a different video. Again, this is just, you know, a few quick things that I have at home. I have a lot more. Each one of the tanks in the house has a storage compartment underneath it, except for my counter tanks, and that has more chemicals in it. So this is kind of just a brief overview of what I keep in my fish care bin here at the house. But if you guys have any requests for videos, go ahead and shoot down the comments below. If you have not subscribed, we do some awesome videos here, and you know, you can never have enough information when you care for your animals, especially fish. So I will upload a video soon, guys, and this is the Fish Girl Bunny.